They already threw some stuff over. Now it's time you got to cut some stuff loose. Threw some stuff over. Now you got to cut some stuff loose. When they caught him trying to get out, Paul said, y'all got to cut loose that mindset. You got to cut loose that mentality. There are some folks you've been hanging with that's trying to get you do the wrong thing. You got to cut them loose. Anybody ever been there? Then you, because that's what they counsel you. Child, you better come on, get off this thing with me. Child, they'll let you have it over there. They don't even want a credit check. They may not want a credit check, but they'll sure mess up your credit. I don't know your business. I wasn't there when you went in there Friday. I was not there. But I know the enemy. And the Bible says we are not ignorant concerning his devices. He'll try to put you on a little ship. Have you ever noticed how when you start going through your night season, the enemy tries to separate you? Staying in the ship in church is the last place you want to be. For some reason or another, I just need to get me some rest. I just need to. I had a rough week. Baby, you had a rough. You mean to tell me that you know how to stop your own storm? Then I'll tell you what Asaph said. He said that I was mad, I had an attitude, I didn't like what I was seeing, but I went into the sanctuary. Give me 2 more minutes. Y'all ain't gonna miss. Alabama played yesterday. "14 days, he said, they cut the ships loose. And then there was some other stuff. Said when they had eaten all that they and got full, they even started throwing the rest of the food overboard. There's some stuff that you may have going on in your life that satisfies your flesh. You've eaten enough of that. You've had enough. You ought to be full of that. Throw it overboard. Throw it overboard. Throw it overboard. Because see, it can't do anything but cater to your flesh. Do y'all hear me? Throw it overboard. It had value in its place, in its day. They paid not day, I mean, it paid the light bill, and not what? I'm getting confused. But now that you heard the word, you got to go up in there and say, look, the pastor said, I may have to cut you loose unless you're willing to get in the ship. Because otherwise they are nothing but a little ship. And if you put a little ship in a big storm, it's going to go down. Haven't you noticed that when it gets thick, y'all know the rest of that? Thin out. Baby, I'm with you through thick and thin. I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. You my boo thing. Give me that rain thing, then I'll be your boo thing. Man. But they'll try to get you to stay out in the storm on that little ship. Paul said, cut it loose, cut it loose. Let it go. When they cut it loose, Paul said to them, he let them know that not even a hair on your head is going to be lost. I help Paul. I can believe that message. You're not going to lose anything. Here is Paul now, and this is the part that I really want you to get for those of you that don't understand the storm that you're in. You are in a storm, but some of you are not in the storm because of your disobedience. Some of you are in the storm for somebody else, And some of you are in the storm because it's your destiny. What would have happened to the folks on that ship if Paul hadn't been on that ship? They wouldn't have had a preacher. Sometimes you may end up in a hospital room, in a hospital bed, because the person that's over there beside you is sinking. They don't know Jesus. They don't have anybody to tell them what God said, or that he's a healer, that he's merciful. So God's got to get you in a storm to get them saved. I'm just going to teach y'all the rest of this. Paul is in destiny. Everybody else is in a storm. Did not God say that the things that you see are temporal, but the things that you don't see your destiny, but that's an eternal destiny that you have. Didn't God say that that with the same temptation that he'll do what? Okay. I'm almost done. Give me 5 more minutes. Football 5 minutes. See, y'all don't know what season you're in. Y'all get to thinking y'all in baseball or something. We need football. 5 minutes of football is a lifetime. Listen. When they threw out the anchors, it said they came to a place to where 2 seas met. They saw a creek there, and they threw out the anchors. And when they threw out the anchors, that's when the ship began to break up. See, you can know that you're rooted and grounded in God, that he's the anchor of your soul. But still, you're saying that God, I'm rooted in you, I'm grounded in you. But God, why is stuff seemingly breaking up all around me? Tell somebody, don't worry about that. Tell them. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because when he is in you, greater is he that's in you. When the ship began to break up, Paul gave him instructions. Listen to the instructions he gave him. He said, those of you that can swim, tell somebody, I'm talking to y'all spiritual folks now. Those of you that can swim, those of you that are a little bit more mature than others, those of you that's been in some water before, you got to have been in water before to swim. Those of you that have learned some life lessons, he said, you go ahead and swim to the shore. But see, here's the goodness of God. I know some of y'all can't swim. I know that some of y'all wasn't in Bible study. Some of y'all, the only peace you got is the peace you got this moment. The only peace you got is the peace that grandmama prayed for. The only peace you got is what you got in Sunday school when you was a top, because you ain't been back to church since then. He said, but even at that, that's enough for you to hold on to it. And you can make it to safety. Hold on to the pieces. I'm about done. When they followed the instructions of God, wishing for daybreak, not realizing, not knowing how things were going to turn out. But Paul had a sure word from God. Any of y'all ever had a sure word? But even in the sure word, look like you would say we're going to go forward, but look like God got put it in 3 gears going backwards. My reverse got a first, second, and third. Anybody ever felt like that with your car? Like they downshifting going backwards. They just I'm picking up speed going in reverse. When you understand God enough, I found out that God don't use the expressway. God will take the scenic route. Go down 2-lane highways, dirt roads. He'll go where there aren't any roads. But he's never lost. He's never lost. They landed on an island. Didn't I tell you double perfection? 14, double perfection. They end up on an island, cold and wet. And you know the story about Paul builds a fire. Out of the fire, snakes everywhere. You might well just get that in your mind. You might as well just get that and just understand that you don't care how much good you do. I don't care if you just got out of a storm. I don't care if you just been through as much hell as you think you can stand. Snakes everywhere. Where they ought not be, you'll find a snake. You'll find it in the fire. And that's where he ought not to be. Paul built a fire, and out of the fire comes a viper. Not just any viper. Something that's supposed to take you out. See, the next attack that the enemy launches against you is supposed to be the one that's going to take you out. Because he didn't get you in your storm. So he now said, I'm going to get you when you think you're about to get warm. I'm going to get you when you think everything's about to be all right. I'm going to get you when you think that things have settled down. I'm going to launch another attack. But if God be for me, Paul got sticks on the fire, sitting there warming by the fire. But see, I love God because he said all things. See, you got to hear this promise. He said all things work together for good. See, sometimes when even it look bad, you got to say, God, I know this needs to be another stick for my fire. All things work. It may be wet wood, but it's wood. All things work together for good. Paul's sitting there trying to get warm. And here comes the snake. But here's the thing about God using your enemy. See, you're too tired to really preach the way you want to preach. So what God's going to do, he's going to let the devil help you preach. God's going to let the devil help you preach. He's just going to let other folks see what you've been through. He's going to let other folks see what the devil tried to do to you. And what they're going to watch you do is shake it off. Look at somebody and tell them, I done learned how to shake some stuff off. Stuff that should have killed me, I can shake it off. Stuff that's supposed to took me out, I can shake it off. I made it out of that storm, my sister. You think a snake can end this? God could have took me in the storm. God could have let me fall in the sea. But he didn't let that happen because I'm in my destiny. I got somewhere to be. God will let a storm make me, blow me in the direction of destiny. Some of you been in storms because God wanted to blow you in the direction of your destiny. Remember double perfection? It's to perfect you and for you to help perfect somebody else. I'm done when I tell y'all this. The people that inhabit this island don't know Jesus. They in a strange land with some strange folk that don't know nothing about Jesus. There are some folks on your job that don't know nothing about Jesus. There are some folk that you've been around for years, and they're going to get a chance, probably, I'm just going to tell you like this, I feel it. They're going to get a chance to see you go through something. But because of them watching you, because them seeing God, because them watching God work in your life, God said they don't know me, the heathens, but I'm going to use you. I told y'all before, the Bible says that you are a living epistle. There are 66 books in the Bible, but every time you show up, here come book number 67. Tell somebody, God can write with me. God can, he'll let folks read you. When they saw this venomous beast attach itself to Paul's head, they know what goes on in their world. Come on now. They know drugs and the amount you took will take you out. They know that you've been an alcoholic for all these years. There ain't no way you can quit drinking. But tell somebody, you ain't heard the message. That that was supposed to kill can't kill when God's on the scene. Paul shook it off. The natives of this island, they just gazed at him, waiting for him to die. They hadn't even got a chance to become his hater yet. See, some of y'all, I'm preaching like y'all like to hear, some of y'all got y'all haters just staring at you, waiting for you to die. Well, see, I dare you to shake it off. I dare you. See, they got a clock. I know how long it takes for what you doing. I was looking at the mailman when he dropped the letter off. I know you ain't got but 3 months before they come get it. And from the way it looked to me, you on 3.5. So I know now I can quit watching my watch and start looking down the road. But you can tell your haters. That greater is he that's in me and he that's in the world. Satan can come to steal, to kill and destroy. But Jesus said, I have come that he can have life. That's why you can't kill me. That's why I can shake it off. Because I got it living on the inside of me. I already wish for my daybreak. I got my daybreak. You know what high five about 3 folks. Tell them I got my daybreak. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah. I got my daybreak. I don't have to wish no more. It might be midnight in my life. I'm not waiting for daybreak to come on the outside. My daybreak come on the inside. Somebody say yes. I'm done. I'm done. Hallelujah. 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 You're more than a conqueror. You're more than a conqueror. Who shall separate you from the love of God? Can't death, can't height, no height, no depth, no principality, no power, nothing can separate. There might be somebody in here today who's getting ready to go. Hallelujah. I hate it took me longer than I planned, but you need to get that message. Yeah, God. Yeah. Hallelujah. Some of you know what I'm talking about when I say wishing for daybreak. Some of you know what I'm talking about. But the scripture says, it says they all were saved. Look at your neighbor and say, that includes you. And tell them that includes me. There's somebody in here today. You've been caught in a storm for a long time. And you had all but given up. You had all but resigned yourself to allow the sea to have you. You ought to meet us at this altar today. And say, I'm going to come and let God do something in my life. My daybreak is coming. Your daybreak comes when you hear the word. Not when your atmosphere changes. Not when your condition changes. Your daybreak comes when the word of God rises up on the inside of you and you begin to see how God sees. Sometimes you got to close your eyes to see. Okay, listen to folk. The Bible says the blind lead the blind. We both gonna fall in a ditch. But let us hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. There's somebody here today, you've been in a dark place. The enemy has had you this close to taking your life. He told you it's better to die than it is to live, but the devil is a liar. The waves of life and the winds of life and the rain that has rained in your life became so overwhelming to you to where you almost quit. God said he came that you could have life and have it more abundantly. The strange thing today is that the enemy is attacking the mind of our young folk that have not yet even had a chance to really experience life in its fullness. But he comes in like a flood, and in your young, tender age, he tries to overwhelm you with the cares of this life, to make you think life is not worth living, that you can't make it, that everything is against you. But God told me to tell you that he's a liar. And he can't have it. If that's you today, find your way to this altar. Let day break in your life. Find your way to this altar and say, God, I'm going to surrender to you. I'm going to sacrifice myself to you. The devil can't own what is owned by God. The devil can't even buy what's owned by God. Because he already paid the ultimate price for it. Over 2,000 years ago, a Nazarene, he came to earth, was rejected by men, but that didn't change his love for them. The scriptures tell us that for God so loved the world means all of our fears, all of our inhibitions, all of our hang-ups, all of our flaws, all of our mistakes. God so loved the world. Yeah, he loved you in the mess you're in right now. But he died so you don't have to stay in it. Sometimes it'll look like it's going to take us out. But he even showed us that death can't even hold you down. Because he rose again. Is there another today that'll say, God, I need you to fix me. I need you to fix me. I need you to help me. I need you to strengthen me. I've tried my way. I've tried the little ships, the little boats, and they just don't work. They keep sinking on me. I'm ready to cut them loose. Got anybody ready to cut something loose today? You ought to come to me. So I'm ready to cut it loose. I'm ready to get rid of it. Sometimes you just got to say, I'm done. We're getting ready to pray. Those of you on the altar, you know why you're here. God knows why you're here. But I want you to open your mouth. You don't have to say it out loud. I just want you to utter it out of your mouth and tell God what it is that you specifically want him to do in your life. You know what it is that's hanging over you that's creating this dark cloud over you. You know what it is.